I am Pat La Frieda, CEO of Pat La Frieda Meat Purveyors. We have been serving restaurants and hotels, and for 3 generations, our family has chosen Victorinox as our knife of choice. We're going to break down a chicken. There are several ways to do it, and I will take you through each of those steps. We're gonna start by breaking the backbone, and we're simply gonna take our Victorinox scimitar knife, holding it down with the front of our hand, and breaking right through the back. With a boning knife, we're gonna find that septum and simply just break the membrane around it. Just by opening it with our fingers, we're gonna run down that septum and remove it. Now basically we have a split chicken. For the simple breakdown, what we'll do is we'll take the wing off underneath the skin a little bit so that we're able to keep that skin to protect the breast meat, which is the leanest but the driest. Our chicken wing, we'd want to cut at each joint with our scimitar knife. Is the easiest. And these little wing tips are perfect for chicken stock. And then we have our 2 joints. When it comes to the leg, as you see the contour come around the actual chicken breast, it's the same idea. We want most of that skin to stay on top of the breast. At the joint with the scimitar knife, we're going to just take the drumstick off so that we have the drum, and then we have the bone-in thigh. Now as far as the breast goes, there are 2 ways to prepare this. One is that we would want to remove this very small bone in here and take this out, because this is something that one can choke on. The second bone like that is the wishbone. So the wishbone is right up here like you'd find in turkey. It's very dangerous. And then here's the rest of our chicken back. Now, chicken backs, just like the tip, are priceless. This is what chicken stock and chicken soup is made out of. In our chicken breast, we have what most children like, which is the chicken tender. We could pull that out as a separate unit. And then there are 2 ways to prepare this. One, make sure all that skin that we just protected is covered and this is baked. Another way is to remove that skin, and again, you could use it in your stock, and there are many other uses for the skin. But once you have that removed and those very important bones are removed, then you could come in with a Victorinox slicer. So with the slicer, what we're going to do is make thin sliced cutlets once all the exterior fat is removed. When you're left with this last piece, this is really where butterflying comes into play, because it's not going to be like the first slices, which were easy. So we're going to have to cut as far as we can without piercing the exterior, and then we're going to roll that out so that we can make yet one more cutlet. In restaurants, what is most commonly used is what's called an airline breast. To make that, the only bone that's really left in is this first wing joint. And then this last wing joint is simply Frenched. So we're just going to cut around all the connective tissue, and then with our boning knife, we're going to push against that wing bone and remove all the meat in between. And on the inside, so when I said that it's bone-in airline breast, that's the only bone that exists. The rest of it, we'd have to come back in and remove those sensitive bones that I spoke about earlier. Now we're down to the bone on the inside, and we are looking for the wishbone. Once we cut through, the wishbone is going to be right on the outside of that bone. This is what a semi-boneless airline breast looks like. You can pull out here and just simply pull on the backbone and pull that femur out of the socket, and then with our boning knife follow that down and just take that leg off. Cutting the drumstick off. Now what we're left with are the wing joints. Two different wing joints. This is the drumette. The drumette has one bone that runs through it, and this is the wingette. It has two bones that run through it. And for all of us chicken wing eaters, we all know that the drumette with one bone is a lot easier to eat than the one with two bones. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove one of the two bones from the wingette so that it resembles the drumette. We are going to take our Victorinox boning knife, and right along where the knuckle is, we're going to remove all of the connective tissue. Having that kind of flexibility in the knife, being able to feel where you're going too far and what's connective tissue and what's protein is key. And that's what I get out of a Victorinox boning knife. That is the drumette. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the wingette that has two bones in it. The two bones are fused on this side. So what we're going to do is take our boning knife and cut right through. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And now they are free. We are going to select one of the two bones in the wingette, and we're going to cut all the connective tissue around it. Once that's clear, we're going to take our boning knife, and with that sensitivity in the knife and with that flex, we're going to feel how far we can push down that meat and separate that from the connective tissue. Once we've gone far enough, we're going to push that bone up a little bit on this side so that we can see which of the two it is, and we're going to do the same thing. Give it a little twist, pull it right out. This is going to go into our chicken stock. Now we have essentially a drumette because there's only one bone left. And those are our two chicken lollipops that we made from two separate cuts. To recap, 3 Victorinox knives, boning knife, scimitar, and a slicer on one chicken. And we were able to get an airline breast, drumsticks, bone-in thighs, 2 lollipops, thinly sliced cutlets, and enough chicken stock to make a great soup.